The second legislative district race is a battle between Republican incumbents Vince Palestina and John Amadeo. They're being challenged by Democrats Reginald Floyd and Jimmy Martinez. This has been a little different from some other legislative races in past years, and it's been very low key. In past years, Democrats have really descended down here with money, with visits, in an attempt to really break into what is traditionally a Republican power base. That really didn't happen this year. This year concentrated a lot more on traditional campaigning, door-to-door meet and greets at local supermarkets and other locales. They didn't do as much in terms of radio or television advertising as they have in the past.
If both candidates are so focused on the economy and reining in spending, what really separates these candidates?
I think it's probably the method on how they would get it done, and that's going to have to play out. I mean, if you're going to the polls, this district from Atlantic City is so diverse. There's not, I don't think, an average voter in this district, racially, age-wise. It's got to be one of the more diverse districts in South Jersey. So to say what are the voters looking for, you know, each has their own thing. It's you know, I like this guy's hair, or maybe this guy returned a phone call, or this guy was nice when he knocked on my front door. Sometimes it boils down to something as small as that. I will tell you this: I think this campaign, as compared to some legislative campaigns, some recent legislative campaigns, has been pretty much on the up and up. I think they've done a good job of keeping away from that wholesale negative campaigning that we've seen. 2 years ago, you know, it was a rather brutal fight. This year, I think, was much more polite. I think much more, both sides have really stuck to issues. Obviously, they're not going to agree on the issues, but I think there's been less, you know, let's whack them over the head, you know, with this one as there been in past years.
Do you think that voter outreach is a better tactic in this day and age than the?
I think that voters have become so turned off by the constant harping of television and radio advertisement that maybe a step back to the, you know, here I am Reginald Floyd, I am Vince Palestina, see me face to face, can work. I mean, obviously Floyd and Martinez knew they were the underdogs going on the scene. They've kind of relished in that a little bit. And they had to take, you know, a whole sizable portion of their campaign just to get people to know them. But, you know, I think that eye-to-eye contact is still the best way to judge someone. If you can ask them a question. You know, yeah, well, how are you going to do that? Or that just doesn't sound right to me. Explain to me how it's going to work. And I know they've been out there. I know both sides have been out there. They've worn out shoes. You know, they've got sore knuckles from knocking on doors. So, you know, Palestina and Amadeo obviously have the advantage of being an incumbent in the power of the name.
During their time in office, how have they been successful so far?
They've taken a lot of credit for really pushing the Corzine administration to broaden the bill to make Atlantic City casino employees designated as essential workers, which means should there ever be another shutdown of government like there was a few years ago, these guys could go to work. This would be primarily for inspectors, you know, Division of Gaming Enforcement staff who actually go and make sure the routines of the casinos work.